In the men's 200-meter backstroke, Aaron Pearsall may be the world and American record holder, but the headliner tonight in Santa Clara is Michael Phelps, who will be in lane number 5. Just about 2 weeks shy of his 26th birthday, swimming his 3rd event of this weekend in Northern California. He won the 100 fly yesterday, was 2nd in the 100 free, and now coming up ready to swim the 200 backstroke, an event where he is a past U.S. national champion.
When I was talking to him earlier, Steve, he just sounded very relaxed, very comfortable with where he was at right now in his career. Said he just didn't have a lot of speed, that he was concerned about that, but that he was looking forward to swimming this 200 back.
The problem for Phelps at the Olympic Games has always been that this 200 backstroke falls on the same day as the 200 IM. So he has that conflict. It's the reason it's not been one of his signature events. Jacob Pebley, the 17-year-old, will be in lane number 1. Mitch Larkin in lane 2, another 17-year-old from Australia, as the youth movement continues here in the Bay Area this weekend. Matt Hawes, the Canadian, will be in lane 3. Canadian national champion from a year ago in the 200 back. Alex Landrum, 19-year-old from USC, lane number 4. And then Michael Phelps, looking for his 2nd win of the weekend. Top qualifier in lane number 5. 14 Olympic golds, 37 world records. Sellout crowd, big ovation for the top Olympian of all time. Tobias Orawal is next to Phelps in lane number 6. One of 3 Canadians in this field. Matt Swanson, one of the other Canadians, was 3rd at their national championships in this event last season. John Conger, one of the other young swimmers, just 16. He's in lane number 8. And fellow American Corey Chipwood will round out the field in lane 9, a member of the World University Games team and NCAA champion here in this 200 back event.
He had a good swim. I'm talking about Michael. He had a good swim at the last Grand Prix in Charlotte in the 200 backstroke. He talked about that. He said, if I could just swim it sort of like Charlotte, just kind of sharpen things up around my turns and have a little bit more speed going out, that he'd be happy.
That's what this entire event is about for Phelps, just refining some of the little things.
And nobody really attacked it in the prelims. I mean, 59.3 was the fastest split at the 100 going out. Phelps was 59.6 the first 100. So he knows he's got to be out faster than that.
American record 151.92.
He's been 157.2 this year, and he's the 6th fastest in the world this year. There's 28.1 going out there. That first 50 looks very solid there. You know, he told me, he said, this 200 of all the 200s that he swims, whether it's a fly, free, or breast, hurts the worst because it's all about the legs. Remember, the legs are submerged underwater. You're not catching any air like you would if you were on your stomach. So it's really a leg-driven stroke. That's what his exact quote. The 200 back is all about the legs. 57.9 going out there. Pretty good.
Phelps the leader at the halfway point. Jacob Pebley in lane 1 is right now in 2nd. Now Phelps coming off that 3-week very intense training camp at altitude in Colorado Springs. Competing here in the final Grand Prix event of the season, but looking ahead at a very prestigious summer with the World Championships next month in Shanghai, and then the U.S. Nationals at the beginning of August in Palo Alto.
Go for Michael Phelps,
30 flat there, not that much faster. He'll really have to get home if he's going to go his best time of the season. Still looking pretty solid, though. He rotates from the base of the hips, nice tempo. The kick really revolves around the hips, his ribs tighten the body. Still trying to fight to get in there. 157.2 is his fastest this year.
Crowd coming to life as Phelps pulls away. Michael Phelps, convincing win in the 200 backstroke. 1:57.05 for Michael Phelps. Mitch Larkin takes second. Matt Swanson third to round out the podium.
You know he wanted to be under 157, but the funny thing is about Michael Phelps, here's a guy that swims an event, Steve, that he will not swim in the Olympic Games, really far down the list as far as one of his quote-unquote best events, and he still goes the 5th fastest time in the world. It's kind of a shake of the head, not real happy with that, but still, I think it's a really good swim. I think he's in a much better position. You see the start coming up, really throws and kicks his legs back, gets that great streamline, never has a problem after he exits the blocks. Really good entry into the water, comes up swimming fast. You see how that kick really rotates with the hips, as I mentioned earlier. Gets a nice little tuck there, and he goes deeper, always goes deeper than any other swimmer out there, and then kind of slingshots to the surface. And there he is, right there at the end, running away with it. He was kind of mad when he asked me, did Lochte end up scratching? I said, yeah, Ryan, Lochte ended up scratching. He goes, that's sorry, dog. I wanted him to be in there.
Well, Phelps, nonetheless, leads from start to finish in getting the win. Michael Phelps, who says he may swim in Montreal before the World Championships in Shanghai. And Phelps down on the deck joins us now.
Michael, when we talked before the race, you said you were lacking the speed, so to speak, to get out on races. Were you happier with that one?
I got to see my splits. I don't know what my splits were, but that's faster than I went.
57.9 going out.
So I was back pretty good then.
Yeah, you were back real good. That last 50 was awesome.
It felt good, actually. Didn't feel like it was kind of spinny, like, and that's kind of how I wanted it. I wanted to try to build into it a little bit, and I think that's pretty good. I mean, it's right on what I went last summer at Nationals, so I can't complain too much.
I know you told me that this race is not part of your repertoire next summer. Have you set a timetable, though, of when you know what you'll swim next summer?
I think after the summer, you know, being able to have still a lot of races still ahead of me. You know, being able to have, or having to have, I guess, the prelim semifinals and the finals for all the events at Worlds, plus hopefully the relays. So it's going to be a tough event order, but I think after this summer we'll have a better idea of where we should be.
I know you've been back to China a couple times since Beijing, but what kind of memories are going to be flooding back to you as we head to Shanghai?
It's funny. I actually watched all the races from Beijing and Colorado just to sort of bring myself mentally back to that state. But
so you heard me screaming then?
I heard all the commentating. I actually had the NBC the video with you and Dan, so I definitely got a good kick out of some of those comments.
Oh, great. Well, congratulations here and good luck in Shanghai, my friend.
Thanks, Roddy.
A fan of the commentators. That's rare for an athlete. Michael Phelps gets the win, his second of the weekend here in Santa Clara, California.